What's up, Star Trek fans? Today we're responding to some of your comments. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go for it. Trek culture is very much cringe. I decided never to watch anything from them again after they were triggered like crazy when I incorrectly thought Michael Burnham had been whitewashed in an episode of Very Short Treks, CWG 9780. Yeah, understandable, but they do overreact. You know, if you say anything that sounds like you might be a independent or a conservative or something like that, they will whitewash you, or they'll whitewash you, or whatever you are. They'll just take you out. I get it. You know what I mean? I'm a fairly balanced person myself politically. I'm pretty balanced. I'm kind of in the middle there, and I shift around now that I'm 40 years old. You know, the younger you are, the more progressive and liberal minded you are, and the older you get, the more kind of conservative you start to lean a little bit. Even if you are liberal or left or right wing or conservative or whatever, usually as you get older, you start shifting a little bit. You know what I mean? That's just natural, and everybody agrees with that, from conservatives to liberals. Many people I know. But one thing that's important to always do is to keep an open mind to the other side's opinion and to talk about it. And in the end, you may disagree, but you also might have corrected some of the things that you believed versus some things that you have decided to change up in your mind. And maybe the two of you and everybody learns from each other over the time. Anyway, I'm not going to go off to some like diatribe or whatever, but the bottom line is, you got to take people's criticisms, even if it's a little bit harsh. You know, if someone's completely ill-minded or just being savagely disgusting or terrible to you or going after you, sure, of course you can leave. By the way, we got to get a noise for when I click that like button on you. Let's go ahead and give you the heart. Boom, there it is. There's the sound effect, guys. What's up, Star Trek fans? You love it. Ed's, let me see. Who is this? Ed's evil twin. I felt like they were trying to ride the coattails of MCU success. This is in regards to the Section 31. Guardians of the Galaxy a bit, inadvertently found the Mirror Universe. Yeah. Suicide Squad, Appreciation Club, and threw the good bits of Trek out the airlock. Just wondering, when are we going to get the outfits and ship in Star Trek Online? Please don't, except those kinky boots. You know, I don't know if they'll do it, but, you know, there is something kind of fun a little bit to the aesthetic of Section 31, but it ruins the look and feel of actual sexual 31. It does feel kind of like Sexual 31, to be honest, though, so that's not too far off. I'm going to give that a like. I hope they never put it in any of the video games. Don't do it, because it's a distraction. Just let's never speak of this trash ever again. Let's go ahead and like that. Okay. All right. Where are we? No, we've gone way off the radar here. There's a lot of comments. I despise Trek culture, J.J. Abrams and Kurt Trek in general. I agree. Section 31 is the worst Star Trek anything I've ever seen. Damn it, it was terrible. Movie amongst all bad movies. Bad on so many levels. It boggles my mind for those for me the only thing Star Trek was the Vulcan, but the fact the Vulcan was a robot made it even more cringe. He's not really a Vulcan. Thank God he's not, though, right? Because if that was a Vulcan, then that would really be a problem. But luckily he was a robot just in Vulcan skin. So that part I'll let them get away with, because that's fine. Stupid, but... Here we go. Crazy D4371. Ratings for Star Trek Discovery were reasonable for seasons 1 and 2, despite the rocky start with season 1. Well, we don't really have the official ratings, but also what I can tell you is... What I can say about that comment there is they were reasonable, but they did drop off after the first couple episodes, which is expected, right? Like 11 million people tuned in or something, or it wasn't even, well, actually it wasn't, it was something like that, actually. It's like, like 5 to 11 million people tuned in the first couple episodes. Then it dropped way off. Then they had about 1 million people watching. And, by the end of the first season, they had still about 800,000 to 1.5 million here or there, in and out. And by the end of the second season, they had 800,000 people watching or something. And then by the third, fourth seasons, they had maybe 600,000. So, the ratings aren't really that great. But And certainly by the last season, they had 300,000, 400,000 people watching, which is terrible. And, in the last episode, a couple of million people came back to see what the hell happened. And that's about it. So, but anyway, he goes on. They only needed to slide down from the beginning of Season 3. The end of Season 1, when the Mirror Universe is introduced, and all Season 2, including Enterprise, Pike, Section 31, Control, plot, were reasonable, solid, in my opinion. I don't agree, but that's okay. I understand if you like it. After that, it started to crash and burn, no pun intended. I guess Sean is trying to present a balanced view on things. I get this is a potential outcome of Section 31 rejected by fans. The long treks will cease to be made by Paramount. However, facts are facts. You can't sugarcoat. You can't sugarcoat shit. Maybe long treks should be made if they're going to end up like this, or shouldn't be made. I am struggling to understand what the audience is. I mean, I think that's a common thing among a lot of people. Who the hell was this for? I mean, regardless of how harsh or not harsh you are on Star Trek, I think that Season 1 of Discovery was not very good, but there were some really cool points to it, right? I think Season 1 of Discovery had some really cool little things that they did and some really terrible things. And then Season 2 was just kind of crappy. And then Season 3, 4, and 5 are just atrocious to me. That's my opinion. But yeah, I'm going to give that a like. I love that sound. All right, let's pick out a comment that's actually calling me out and being mean or whatever. Or not being mean, but just calling me out, probably. I've been calling out Trek Culture for their huggy, kissy, Teletubbies, vanilla-style positivity on their reviews. But this is harsh. Of course, I'm always harsh. British accent? Sean Ferrick is not Ferry, is Irish, dude. Well, I know, but you know what I mean? I was trying to be condescending and basically crap on that, but probably insulted other Irish people. Trust me, I'm Irish myself. My last name's Cronin, so I understand. Is Irish, dude. You would have picked that up if you actually watched his 1.5 hour review. Okay, I didn't watch it all. Listen, trust me, I've seen Sean for a long time. I know he's Irish, but it's funner to call him a British prick to be an asshole. Trek and Who culture are probably kindest. Most complimentary pop culture reviewers saying they are shills is pushing it. Of course, he's not going to be rude to the people who allowed him to interview them. Well, I said that in my review. If you had watched my review, I said that. I get the frustration, but with so many angry dudes at channels and on a microphone, they are a breath of fresh air with a hint of goody two-shoes and a dash of sugar and spice. Jesus Christ, dude. Why don't you just go find a boyfriend and butt pump him now? With the likes of Critical Drinker, Nerdrotic, and even Red Letter Media slamming it, are you really having a go at the one channel who are trying to be overly generous? Yes, I am. It's the one balanced positive of C and negative. I would not say they're positive. They're not balanced, okay? They are not balanced. Absolutely, they're not balanced. I would say that Red Letter Media is balanced, okay? I would say that Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker are great, but they have an agenda and they are critical. But you got to be kidding me that they're balanced? You're telling me the shill is balanced. The shill who gets invited to everything you think is balanced. That's fucking crazy. I understand that you don't like, you may not like the harsh critics, and you may not like myself, but to say that they're balanced, that's just wild. I'll tell you what, man. I think I'm pretty balanced. This is trash. There's nothing balanced about this. This is trashed. Trash. I'll be balanced about Discovery. I think Discovery Season 1 is the best season of Discovery, and it's a 6 out of 10. It's got a lot of bad stuff in it, but it's got a lot of cool things in it, too, that they could have had there. And I think the twist at the end of the season of the mirror stuff is awesome. I think that is one of the greatest twists I've ever seen. I think the gay couple relationship in that show is really done well, and I actually buy into it, and I love it. I think there's other things that are good. I think the uniforms look awesome. The ships look terrible. The uniforms look awesome. The bridge looks terrible. I will be 100% honest about the whole thing. But I think you're being overly critical or misunderstanding me. But I do also think you had some good points. So I'll give you a heart for that. All right, I I got, I think, one last one. Sean's Model Builds. Just discovered your channel this week, but after starting watching Star Trek around the same time as you in 1988, my mom taped Wrath of Khan and Search for Spock for me. In 1999, I discovered Star Trek The Next Generation. It aired on Fox in Buffalo, my grandparents' house. I have been watching ever since. I agree. I think I started watching a little bit earlier, but you're right. And I watched the original series movies, too, a lot, around that time as well. Hey, thanks to No Money G as well. He did a super thanks. Thank you so much, No Money G. Let me go down and give you some love. You know what it's all about. It's just like Voyager episode of Star Trek Scientific Method from Season 4, Episode 7, when the cloaked aliens are running evil experiments on us, Trek fans, and Alex Kurtzman is running the whole thing, seeing what happens when pushed to the brink of insanity. We are the rats. Sorry I couldn't help myself, but this is how I feel. Thanks, Joe. That's in regards to Section 31. Yeah, it feels like we're all an experiment that they can just mess with. Hey, let's see if they kill themselves if we do this. It's very weird, very despicable, very strange. And I think you're right, and I agree to a big extent as well. Thank you to No Money G for delivering some donations to me. I've been obviously having a tough time, so I appreciate the money, although that is a super chat that Google is going to steal half of that. If you want to support me directly, paypal.me/Joe Cronin Show is the best way, paypal.me/Joe Cronin Show, or you can Venmo me here. People asked about my Venmo, so there it is. I don't do this necessarily for this, but of course, we'll always take the support. And to keep the channel going, make more videos happen, and make more things happen, leave a comment down below on this video, and I might read it. I might get to it in the next one. Thank you so much, guys, for participating in the channel. Star Trek Late Night. Hope you can leave a like. Hope you can share. And at the very least, leave a comment and a like. And if you're brand new, I hope you subscribe. And I will catch you in the next video. Now, here's some other videos popping up that you might have missed, so check them out and keep watching Star Trek Late Night.